This video, we're going to take a look at a really cool headlamp from the folks at Olight. It is the H16 Wave. I think you're going to like this one. That's what's coming up next here on Survival on Purpose. Welcome back to Survival on Purpose, your home for information and gear reviews related to camping, survival, and general preparedness for regular folks. My name is Brian. Thanks for joining me. First of all, right off the bat, sorry for all the neighborhood noise. This is the second time I've tried to make this video. The first time I lost all the footage, so I'm trying to play catch up in the little bit of time I have available to me. So we're gonna go through, do our best to endeavor to persevere. As they said in one of my favorite movies. So the folks at Olight were kind enough to send me one of their new H16 Wave headlamps, and say that. Look at that, would you? That's pretty cool. Man, it's almost like magic. You may know that the Olight was kind enough to be one of the channel sponsors for the 2018 SHOT Show. So I just want to say thanks to them again for that. But they come out with some pretty cool flashlights, and I got a chance to meet the CEO, the president of Olight, and talk to him a while about it. And he's really passionate about his designs, and I think he really cares about putting out a quality product. And this is, in my opinion, is a good example of it. And I'm just going to read these specs so I don't forget. This thing is a 500 lumen max headlamp with two. Look, you can see they have two different kind of lenses here. They've got a distance lens here, which is clear. And they've got this diffuser here, which gives you a broader spot. So they both burn at the same time. But what that does, it really gives you a really big, wide area coverage with still a pretty good bit of focused beam for the distance. So it just does a really good job of creating a big, great, usable light pattern for whatever you need. I think it works pretty good. Another thing I think is pretty cool, it not only, let me just take this off and show you. It's got a battery indicator on back, and if you push that button, it'll show you what the battery level is. To me, that's really, really great, because on a rechargeable flashlight, you just really don't know. It also has an audible beep when it gets down to less than 10%, so that's pretty cool too. It weighs 4.6 ounces or 115 grams, and it's about 60 bucks on Amazon. You can save 10% if you go to the link below and use the coupon code OLIGHT10. So that'll give you a little bit of savings there. But as you can see, it's got a tilt here, and it's got some kind of detents on it that gives you a really positive area, and it tilts down to about 45 degrees. Okay, so let's talk about how this works. We'll show you, let it get dark, show you the night shots, and we'll wrap it up. First of all, when it's off, if you turn it on the first time, it comes on to the high, which is 500 lumens, and that's going to be good for, well, actually it stays on 500 lumens for 5 minutes, then it'll drop to 300 lumens for 2 hours. But if you push it again, it drops down a level to 100 lumens, that's good for 9.5 hours. And if you push it again, it goes down to 5 lumens, good for 160 hours, which is pretty good. I mean, that's a really nice, usable light for small, close-up work. And you know, you probably won't need the 500 lumens a whole lot anyway. But if you do, it's nice to have it. And then, if you want to activate the really special, cool Magic Wave feature, you just, when it's on, you hold the blue button down until it flashes. When you saw it blink, now when you wave your hand in front of it, it comes on or off. Which is more than just a gimmick. If your hands are wet or dirty, it'll really it helps you to do that. If you got something in your hands or just cold, and honestly, you may have heard me say on a couple of other videos, but one of the things that really aggravates me about some headlamps is trying to find that button. First of all, this one's got a nice rubbery tactile feel, so it does kind of it's easy to find, but then to make sure you can push it good with your hand, you almost have to push it into your forehead sometimes. It's just, to me, it's it's a lot easier to do that, obviously. And it's IPX4 water resistant, which means it's splash proof from any direction. Kind of a nice, wide, comfortable elastic band with reflective stripes on both sides. So if you're a bicyclist or a runner or a jogger, or you're out in traffic, whatever you want, you need that reflectivity. It definitely is helpful there. And then the band is very adjustable, and you can balance everything out however you want it. So that's the Olight H16. Let's let it get dark, show you how well this thing performs at night, and then we'll come back and wrap this thing up. Okay, so here is the Olight H16 Wave, and we'll go ahead and put it on. Here's the 5 lumens. We got the old blue ball in the weeds, probably about 10 or 12 feet away, and you can kind of see it good. But it does a really good job of close-up stuff. You can see my watch here. So again, 5 lumens, good for 160 hours. flip it on up. We got to cycle it through. So this is the medium, which is going to be 100 lumens, good for 9.5 hours. You can see it does a really good job of lighting up a closer area. As we get out into the distance, even at just 100 lumens, it actually does a pretty good job of kind of lighting up the old outdoor studio back there. And again, it's just a kind of good balance of a spot and a flood lamp. And then we'll kick it up to the 500 lumen range. Really good job of throwing kind of a center spot out there, but a nice kind of all-around flood too. It really does light up a big portion of the yard. You can see the tents over there to the side. I'm not moving the light at all, and you can see it all the way over there to the other side. So pretty stinking bright there. I'll show you one thing about the wave feature too, which is pretty good. Let me just hold this down until it flashes. So we got the wave feature activated. Just let it off, on, off, on. What's cool when it's off, I'll show you one thing. The button on bottom now glows a really bright blue, so it helps you see it at night. If you lay this thing down on the table or whatever, let you see it. Just pretty cool little feature there. And then we're just going to click it one time, turn it on, and hold it till the wave feature goes off. And again, one thing you do have to do is you have to cycle through all the modes to turn it off. So if you get it on high, you got to cycle through down to low to lower to turn it off. But unless you have it on wave, then you can just wave it. So. Okay, so that was some of the night shots of the Olight H16 headlamp, and we'll wrap this thing up. I got to tell you, I think it's pretty cool light. I think the wave feature is really cool. A couple things I really like about it. I like the ability to check your battery charge right there, and the fact that it's got a, oh, by the way, I didn't even show you this, but it's got just a micro USB charge, and you probably figured that out on your own, right? Anyway, and the fact that it's got an auditory beep when you're down to 10%, so it just gives you a little reminder if you forgot to check it. I like the fact that it's got these two different beams on it, so you can have the spot and the flood, spot and the flood. I'm trying to do this with the camera backwards. So it does give you a really good light pattern, as you saw. Hopefully you saw it on the camera. And then, of course, you know me, I like cool stuff. I like the wave thing. I think that's a really cool feature. And I used this light on a camp out recently, and everybody else thought it was pretty cool too. So anyway, there you go. That is the Olight H16. Again, the retail on this thing's like 60 bucks on Amazon. You can save 10% if you go to the link below and use the coupon code OLIGHT10. It also helps support the channel a little bit, so I really appreciate that. So once again, thanks to the folks at Olight for sending me this so I can show it to you. As always, thank you for watching Survival on Purpose in spite of the noisy neighborhood. I put out a brand new video every Friday and Saturday, and very often random videos throughout the week. There's another one right there. If you're not subscribed, you can click right down there and you can subscribe. I really appreciate it. Once again, my name's Brian. You're watching Survival on Purpose. Remember, survival's not an accident, so be prepared. I'll see you next time.